Hi everyone, it's Tuesday, January 21st. My name is Liam McMahon. Thank you for watching. I'm going to talk about um, some of the data that we saw earlier today, and then also do a little bit of a preview of the fairly significant Aussie data that we have coming up in the Asian session tonight. So please do me a favor and read over the risk disclaimer, which should now be on your screen. Pause the video if necessary, and then we will go to the charts. All right. So we have this is KiwiCAD. It was the chart of the day today, so make sure you check that out. Basically, looking for an opportunity to try to buy here a little bit lower after this nice bounce from the 38.2% fib. But most of what I want to talk about is going to be Euro and Aussie related. So this morning we saw two zoo figures, all right, which is the economic sentiment. German figure slightly worse than expected, 61.7 against 62 prior and 63.4 expected. The European wide numbers slightly better than expected, 73.3 against 68 prior and 70.2 expected. We also this morning had Canadian manufacturing sales. Better than expected. Did not do a ton to halt the Canadian dollar sell-off because we saw so manufacturing sales 1% against 0.3% expected. Wholesale sales though were 0.0% against 0.3% expected. Both previous months numbers were downgraded. So we did see the Canadian dollar suffer a little bit here today, although it has after making a high above 110, it did manage to make a nice retracement here a little bit. I don't have a setup. I haven't touched dollar CAD in forever. I've been bullish dollar CAD since like parity basically, but I don't think I've had one long trade in the entire section. It really hasn't just hasn't set up very nicely. It's been just a slow grind higher. There haven't been a lot of really good consolidations to really buy into. So I'm flat the Canadian dollar against the U.S. dollar anyway. I am looking, like I said, to get short the Canadian dollar against the Kiwi, and I do like pound CAD to continue to make new highs. So Euro, like I said, mixed data this morning, holding up in this fairly significant supporting trend line. Major levels are 136 and basically 135.20 or so. So keep an eye on that. If we do manage to get above this moving average cluster here, get above 136.45, that does open up quite a bit of room to the upside. Pound dollar has broken out. It's very interesting to see if the euro can follow it higher. The pound does look poised to test 166 at least here in the coming sessions. I had a request for the peso. I'm bullish the dollar against the peso. Sorry about that. Battling a pretty nasty cold here. I'm bullish the dollar against the peso. Since we saw this breakout back here, I don't know, middle of the month, like 6 or so days ago. I mean, ideal entry really is down here around 13.15, 13.17, something like that. But how you get there is it depends on your risk tolerance. But I am looking for a move back above 13.46 and probably towards new highs. All right, you can see pretty clear consolidation here, pretty clear break. We've been chopping around pretty decently, just consolidating this break, I think, and it still looks poised for new highs. Another somewhat more unusual currency that's been very active today is the Turkish lira. All right, you can see I actually had a chart of the day on this to buy it down here. It just worked out swimmingly. I made a new high today after the Turkish central bank left rates unchanged, despite some people expecting a possible hike. So that's another one. Not looking to trade it now, obviously, with the RSI as high as it is and that kind of move, but just another interesting move that we saw today. So let's talk about the Aussie. We have some pretty significant Aussie data tonight. All right. We have consumer sentiment figures out at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. We have inflation, quarterly inflation out at 7:30. All right, that's going to be the big one. These quarterly inflation numbers have been very significant in terms of market impact the last 3 months. The last three releases, which is April, July, and October. All right, they only come out 4 times a year, so they're pretty significant. We're looking for 0.5% against 1.2% prior. All right, so we're looking for a fairly significant drop in inflation in Australia. So if we do get that drop, all right, watch this Aussie dollar bear flag going on here. New lows possible there. Aussie CAD, same thing, kind of a bear flag type scenario here as well, though far less clear. Euro Aussie bull flag. Aussie Swiss is a little less clear. Swiss franc hasn't been doing that great lately either. All right, so Aussie Swiss does look like it could have some upside here if we can get over about 80.40 or so. Aussie Kiwi, that 105.40 level is going to be pretty significant. This really could be a catalyst to send Aussie Kiwi just plummeting if we do get a weak number. If we get a better number, then look for Aussie Kiwi to clear 107. Look for Aussie dollar to get back up towards that 88.70 or so level. That would be a nice retest sell possibility. And then Aussie Yen, we have the support level, the first resistance level is really about 93. All right, after we held this 91 support really pretty nicely. So, I think I mentioned that in the webinar, that 91 was a good level, and it held up pretty well. But then look for a move up towards 93. There's some pretty significant resistance, moving average, and otherwise stacked up between market and 93. And then a move below 91 should open the floodgates a little bit for a potential move back down towards 86. The dollar yen, all right, still just trucking along here within that triangle. And then obviously the Nikkei, nothing has changed on the Nikkei. 15.5 and 16 are the big levels to watch. Till one of those goes, there's not a lot to do with that. U.S. equities, a little bit beaten up today, though they've recovered pretty decently here on the day. We started much lower. We've actually rallied pretty well. Dow, all right, a little bit of a false break, but it held that sort of broken up channel pretty well. On the downside test, so still looks decent. And the NASDAQ still looks fine, still trading within its bullish channel as well. So equity is holding up fine, a little bit of a sell-off, but really still nothing to get overly concerned about as the beginning of the year chop continues. So keep your eye on Aussie pairs this evening, should be the most interesting. Euro Kiwi, a little bit of a breakdown here. Kiwi dollar, maybe some sort of flag opportunity forming. Tough to say right now. There are some potential setups out there, but really it's been a fairly choppy week, and I don't know if we'll see any great moves here. Maybe in the Aussie if we get some interesting data. So, all right, I hope that's helpful. Good luck trading today. Good luck trading tonight, and I'll talk to you soon.